Hello and welcome to Haunted the Truth with me. Hello. How is everybody? I don't even know how many people there are. Hello. So we got Anne and Dave. How are we? How are you? How is everyone? Hopefully everyone's doing good. Oh, I can still hear my song going in the background. Do you enjoy my my intro there? God, I need a shave. Look at that. Being a bit lazy, I am. Anyway, so this whole you're probably wondering, what is this all going to be about? Well, I'm going to cover lots of things. Really, I'm going to sort of go into everything that frustrates me, mainly to do with stuff that we all capture. But I might go into some other stuff as well about just like community and debunkers and how people are on the internet, etc., and just things that I just genuinely don't understand. But I'm going to kick things off with just like a quick catch up, really. Just seeing, like, because obviously might not have spoken to a couple of you. So those of you who have joined early on, how are you? And do you have any questions in general about anything before I move on? Oh, hello, Dan. Dan's working till late. I think he said till 1 a.m. today. Oh, it's because your name says Foxanne, Anne-Marie. Because it's so small in the corner, all I see is... Don't worry, I'm gonna get my glasses so I can see. Hang on. Where are they? There they are. Be right back. Right, that's better. So... I got this light. Oh yeah, I broke my light, by the way. I snapped it off by accident, but this is the light here, and it's like beaming in my eyes, and I can't see as it is. And then I got the stuff here, which is tiny. Yeah, what are we saying? Everyone's just saying hello. So, okay, well, me and Dan went to Chew Valley to investigate, and the gate was shut. And obviously Dan's got a bad leg, so he didn't want to climb over the gate. I wanted to drive through the gate, but obviously you're not allowed to do that. But it had a lock on it. So then we went to go park up on the side of the road where some of the reports been made, and there was some people there, and I just get the feeling that they just didn't want us there. They could be watching, so hello if you are, but I get the feeling that you didn't want us there. But yeah, we then continued on to Keynsham, to a cemetery, where I heard a story about someone hearing a growl there, and for some reason they thought that it was related to Dick Turpin, even though Dick Turpin's, I don't know, it's so confusing, but I just went off that on a whim. So yeah, that's going to be later down the line. I might go back to Chew Valley and have a little goosey gander around, but obviously now I know Dan is not going to be able to get in there. Oh yeah, Dan, we went to go find the growler in the cemetery, in the graveyard. And that was funny. It was creepy, but yeah. I don't know, I have to watch it back. I haven't even watched it back yet. So let's get to the theme of this. I'm just looking for my folder. If I look like I'm just looking into nothingness, I'm just getting my folder ready. So obviously, you know, you must all know by now that I started off as like completely skeptical with everything, and now I've come across things which make me question my own mind. But there's some stuff out there which really confuses me and may confuse other members of the team as well, but mainly it's my own brain, a battle within my own brain going on with Mr. Let's try and figure this out. There's got to be a scientific reason, and then there's a demon living here, right? Those are the two sides, and there's sort of someone in the middle here going, whoa, 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 whoa. But I'm going to show a couple of clips so you can get an understanding of what I'm referring to in regards to this specific. Not, is it Pacific? Specific? Pacific's an ocean, isn't it? Specific, yeah. Oh, oh! I didn't even know you came in. Bristol Paranormal Hunters. Hello. I didn't even see you there. It's because your name's above me bleeding ring light. Right. So, let's get this clip up. First things first. Oh, it's Josh. It's Josh. Josh. Right. I'm gonna mute this down. You can't see it yet because I've got to press the button and do the thing with the thing. I ain't got one of them fancy boards where you click things and press things. I don't earn enough to have one of them, so do it the old-fashioned way. And I'll find the clip and I'll load it up using the window capture. So VLC player. Okay. Play. Hide me. No, that's that. That's the wrong one. Window capture. Is this it? Is that working? It's just not working. Look at that. It's playing, but it's not showing. What a load of old cobblers that is. Right, hang about. Oh, hello. How long is this? This is only just started, and it's as long as people want me to be on for. Like, if people want to ask me stuff or talk about stuff, I can go. I've got all night, me. Some people might not have all night, but I got all night. Anyway, what was I doing? Trying to figure out why OBS won't play my applications. That's what I was doing. Display capture. I'll just do it that way. Display capture. No, because then you won't be able to hear the sound. Oh, this is a bit stupid, this, isn't it? You'd think that this would just work. Game capture. It's not a game, though. Well, it might act as a game. Should we give it a go? See if that works. Let's bring that one to the top. I wish I had a boffin here that would understand. If I don't understand it, then then we've had it, haven't we? Display capture. Select that one. Big screen. Bring it up. There we go. Oh my word, it's like huge. Right. Can you all see the video? Is it working? I hope so. I've turned the sound down on it because you don't need the sound for this one. But anyway, I'm assuming this worked. This is the first thing that's really, really confusing to me. Okay. Now we have had a Parple mention that he thinks he knows what's causing this shadow. However, I can't understand what it is that he was trying to say. He rang me and spoke to me about it a while back. First things first, I want to point out that myself and the rest of the team are up here in the main tower of the clock tower. Okay. And then Chris is stood out here, and you can see Josh all the way down here. Okay, so Josh is down here having a cigarette, right? And that's the doorway there that leads out to where Josh is stood, and this is me stood there. Okay, Dan, I think this is you, Dan. Yeah, Dan is sat down here chilling. All right. And then shadow. Okay. Now, oh, that, like some people, I think Parple was saying, oh yeah, there could be a light source perhaps behind Chris and it's caused that to happen. Well, Chris is the one holding the camera, and to get that movement, he would have had to have been bent down and then standing up, because that's the movement it does. So it can't be him. The other thing is, you see the shadow on the floor here? That's also moving, right? So that also can't be him. The angle in which the shadow has happened, to me, suggests that it's not in the angle of the room that Chris is in either. And we know that no one's out here, because Josh is down there. Now, my problem with this is, where have I gone? There I am. My problem with this, hello, Cosmic Twilight. I don't think you've come on here before, but I need to reply to your comment actually, because you did put a comment. What was I saying? My problem with this shadow thing is, for a shadow to work, see the shadow of my hand there. Okay, going across my face. So the photons, that's the particles of light that come from a light source, get blocked by a physical mass. Okay, so something solid like that. If I have this, right, and I go like that, the shadow would cast the solid parts, but there wouldn't be a shadow in the see-through part, because the light can pass through, the photons can pass through. So that means that that shadow on that door, the only way that that can be possible within the confines of physics, the laws of physics, is if something or someone is physically blocking the photons of light. And I know that there's no source behind Chris and it's the wrong angle, and I know that no one else is in that corridor, and I know no one else is around that corner. So how is that possible? How it's just so weird. Now I'm gonna stick with this concept of shadows, because I thought, well, maybe is it more scary to think that some sort of entity has physically like formed and is in the other room, and none of us have seen it like physically, like a big mass formed in the other room. Is that what's happened? Because I've never seen anything like that happen. But then you blow that out the window, because I've got another one here. I'm trying to sort of read the comments / rant about this at the same time. Okay. No, don't open in that. Right, okay. Here it is. So this one's from a different time that we were at the clock tower, and we are reviewing the footage of the EMF that fell off of the banister. And just after that, again, I'm not going to put any sound on it, the light in the room for this room is obviously being cast by the main lights in the room itself. So, what the hell is this? Because that goes behind Josh's head. Stop me if I'm wrong. Am I right or wrong there? Does that shadow go behind Josh's head? And then pass, like, sort of behind over here as well? Because that's just mental. Because, I mean, at first I thought, well, maybe like a moth, a huge moth is going past like the light source or something, but I don't know. That's just... What do you guys think? Can anyone explain how that is... how that's possible? Because that's been hurting my head for a while now. Let me just catch all the comments. So I've got nothing for that clip. People jump to think. Yeah, they do. People always, when people can't understand something, their instant reaction is, well, it can't be real then. That's just what they go, that's their first go-to. Because their brain can't comprehend it. Because it's just that little bit too confusing for their tiny little pea brains, that they must then jump straight to, this cannot be possible. How about, you know, try and figure it out and be like constructive about it? No, can't possibly do that. And then I'm left in this position then, going, well, what is this? How does this work? Is it the shadow, the entity, and it's not a shadow, it's a form? Well, the perfect angle above Josh, and then a shadow goes across behind. Okay. So the second one could be a moth. I like that. The first one, though, Bristol Paranormal, is... I see what you mean. Is it like... Because some people talk about shadow figures and people like fully forming, but that which is on the door, because the shadow comes up along the floor and then goes up along the door, that is a classic shadow that's being cast, like any other shadow that you see in your everyday life. The only difference being is when you see those in your everyday life, there's something physically there to make the shadow. How? I mean, if Parper was here, then he might be able to say more, but can you show it slowed down? Right, I'll go get it again, just for you. Oh, let me close that. Oh, look, that's everybody that's on. Look. Right. Slow video playback speed slower. It does a replay as well, even slower. And there, you see that last bit there where you see it backing away and the shadow on the floor backs away as well. It's so weird. So weird. Because there's no one there. You can see like it's almost like the head there. And then it backs away. And then it sort of goes back down again. So it's going to the right. And then it zots off over there somewhere. But how does that... We tried to recreate this when we went back down there. And the only way to get that shadow to that big, the state how big it is on that door, you have to basically be... Oh, that's a good example. Actually, I can do it on my hand. So imagine my hand is the door. You actually have to be right by it. Because it comes up and then down like that. See? If you're further away, about there-ish, it sort of does that. How close would something have to create the shadow? Oh, I literally just answered the question. I doubt it's a moth though, because moths aren't that quick, are they? If it was a moth, it would have to, we would have noticed it more often, for one. And it would have had to have perfectly gone past... I can't remember actually saying that. I'm just looking at this now and thinking, what are the lights in this room? Because... yeah, it's there's several like lights, and I think they're strip lighting. If they're strip lighting, then that theory is out the window anyway. If it's those ones like the, you know, that are on the... I'd have to look. If it's one of the... if there's a bulb and something goes past the bulb, then yeah. But if it's a... like a tube, then there's no way that that could be the thing. That, yeah, that first one is... it has to be. But like I'm saying, unless someone's hiding in that building that we were unaware of, like, you know, we booked it and they've got somebody in like a cupboard, and then they've come out of the cupboard and then gone back in the cupboard, then... no, actually, that's not even possible, because when we went back, I remember checking the area where I thought somebody could be hiding, and you open it up and it's like got a maintenance shit in there. But, you know, a physical form is the only thing that can create that shadow. And everyone's accounted for. So it makes no scientific sense. It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to move on to the next one. Unless anyone wants to... This is another shadow, by the way, that I'm moving on to. This one's slightly different. Okay? Now, this was captured by Dan. And this one's different because it's not a shadow that goes across the room. So the light you see here is the torch that Dan's got. Okay? See that? That quick black. Look, look, look. Look, it actually blackens out. It blackens out the whole area. So his torch is still going, look, on the floor. See the torch on the floor? And then all of a sudden, something comes across the front of the camera lens to make it go physically black. And there's nothing there that that could be causing that. So I'm then gonna say that this is unknown as well. 100% I'm gonna say this is unknown. And what's doing my head in the most is that I can't understand this. I'm not claiming this to be you know, the spirit of the guy that died there, etc, etc. I'm saying that these things have actually happened, and I don't understand how they've happened. That last one, the only way that's possible is if something goes like that across the lens and it physically darkens out. His torch is still flipping going. But there's people out there that outright just go, well, you're fake. And you stupid. There's people out there that go, I want to see or have an experience, and that they say believe in the paranormal, and yet go, oh, you guys are fake, when that is the stuff that is undisputable. That is happening. I don't know how it's happening, and all I want is maybe to get a better understanding of it. There could be a reasonable answer for it that I'm just not aware of, to do with the way that lighting works and how cameras work. And I would accept that as a possibility, but to outright, you know, dig at that is just nah. Did Dan see it with his own eyes? Dan, did you see that the room darken at all? Actually, I'll tell you what, I got the audio for it. I don't think he did. I think the room he was in was still lit, and something just went across the camera. Let me just play it with the audio, because I'm pretty damn sure he would say. Oh, well, hang on a minute. Did someone press a light then? I just heard a light go. I may have answered my own question on this one. Oh no, because it's not on that bit. No, because his torch is going. Unless he does turn the torch off. I might have actually figured this one out, because I haven't watched it properly. Oh. Okay, that one's because someone turns their he turns his torch off. That one's been answered. I tell you what's happened there. I've put this in the episode, and I've muted the audio on this track, and all I've seen is the shadow go across. Oh, I feel like a right tit now. That's definitely his torch being turned off. Listen. Ah, oh, for goodness sake. Well, thank you. Who was it that said that? Official Unhinged. Thank you. Because you just made me watch it with the audio to check. Oh my god, look at the mess of that. That's my desktop for you guys. So that one's answered. See, I knew there's a reason why I come on and play these things for you guys, so we can all dive into it. Well, do you know what, Dan? That's the only... you hear it go... You hear that noise. The only thing I could think was you were trying to change the setting on it. But then why did it... Where you hear it go... But then the light comes back on, but then you don't hear the... I don't know. Right, let's go move on to voices now. Okay, so voices, hearing voices. Let me just get a quick drink. It's got to be that though, isn't it? Because you hear that noise. So it's got to be that. I don't know how I missed it though. First time, I must have muted the track. Thing is that I know there's someone above him in the attic room. But I know that they didn't have a light down on him. Oh, you're making me think about this now. It does sound like... But you don't hear the torch turn back on. That's what I just remembered then, Dan. That's what I just remembered. What happens if it was? But I'd have to find both shots.
A bit of a pussy, aren't you? Affecting Dan.
I've gone quiet because I'm sort of watching on the side again. I was going to move on, but now you've made me want to look at it. I mean, it's pretty much on cue, isn't it? The sound happens exactly the moment you got to watch this light here at the bottom, because this is his actual torch. His actual torch seems to not be affected by the, like, that obviously everything goes black, but then you can still see here at the bottom the outline of his torch, and then the darkness sort of then leaves the entire frame. Yeah, I don't know. You decide. I have no idea. Voices. I have a problem with voices as well. They really wind me up. Because I'm whistling. Because, well, whistling, I suppose, could just be... You can pass wind through something in a certain way to get a whistle. But a physical voice, like in an area, to do that, well, to have words, especially words, you need vocal cords and lungs and a tongue and the ability to move your mouth about to create a voice. And my question is, how do the spirits or entities or whatever your belief may be on what these things are, they're fun, they're real, right? Whatever they are, they're real. I just don't know what they are. But whatever they are, because, you know, something goes, sorry, in that episode, right? Something's doing that. So that's fact, right? But how? How is it doing that? The latest one that we've got is in the tunnel, and I have the original file for it. So it's 009. I've got a thing here. It's 20 minutes in. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Here we go. Oh, don't be lagging. Come on. So we're all down here, okay? Chris is up here on his own. Right. How? There's no one else in there. The audio pickup from our end, that sound is quieter. So it's not coming from the entrance to the tunnel where we are. It's where he is. As you can see, prior to him putting it on his face, there is... It's lagging. Don't be lagging, come on. There's nobody else down there. Not a single soul is in there apart from us. Bristol Paranormal, if you're still here, they were there with us as well. And they can just what's the word? Justification? Something like that. But how right, are there any believers here, like, that believe in the spirits and stuff like that, that can tell me their side of it, how it's possible? And that's the raw file. I'll just show you as well, I'm not waffling. Because I know what people are like. Some people are, oh, you can tamper stuff, right, blah, blah, blah. The times are all wrong. But actually, half of this is wrong. Well, that's not going to be bloody good. Clearly, I've set all that up wrong. I need to check that on my camera. Accessed it, created on the 17th. So. Oh, I know why. It's because I've copied and pasted it over. I'd have to bring up the original on the drive. Yeah. That's because I pulled it, because it's on cloud server. It's because yeah. Yeah, I don't get it. Vouch. Vouch, yeah, that's correct. Somebody just made a noise. See? I don't know. But yeah, I don't get it. It's really, really, really frustrating to have something like that, but then not understand what that is. I can play it from the other side as well, if you want to see what it sounds like from the other side. Where is it? No, that's that. This one here. 1-9. 1 minute. 9. 1 minute 3.
That wasn't us, Chris.
Oh, jump the gun. You hear it there. And it's so much quieter this end. So much quieter. And that's really, that gets onto my point now of well, we as a team all capture the most craziest things that you're probably going to find on YouTube. I mean, I've watched a fair few other, teams out there that have been doing it the same length as us and more, and they haven't got things as extreme as what we've got, which is why people struggle to accept that these things can actually happen. And for some reason it is this ideology of, oh, no activity means it's real, which is a load of bollocks, because these things genuinely do happen. the issue is we don't actually know what it is. And that's pretty damn scary, because what are we actually messing with? What are we as a nation, human beings, actually living alongside? What more is there that is beyond our comprehension? Now, some people will come up with their own analogies. They will say, it's a spiritual thing. Others, they're more still spiritual, but they believe more in the old-fashioned concepts of things. So it's like the elements or the elementals, trolls and fae and stuff like that. Others, in a more religious capacity, will say it's demonic or something evil or evil spirits, etc. But all around the world, different people call it different things, and it's been called different things throughout decades. It's just different interpretations from different points of time and different societies and certain sectors within, around across the world. But fundamentally, it's all the same. The question is, what is it? What do you guys think? Like, what are your thoughts on this? Different beliefs. Obviously, you've got loads of different types of people here that believe different things. Like, I can't explain that. I am too stubborn to outright say it's paranormal or it's a ghost, because my rational old science mind is saying this could just be something that's undiscovered. That doesn't necessarily mean it's paranormal. It just means that it's something that we don't know of yet. That's yet to be discovered. That is normal, but it's not been figured out. There's always that goes on in my mind. But then the other part of me is going, well, no, that's just mental. That clearly isn't normal. In any fashion of the word, is that normal? Is any of this normal? None of it is. None of it's normal. And the other thing that frustrates me while I'm at it is that, and people say that I am, I got a spoiled mentality because I go into places. I wouldn't say it's spoiled per se. I would say it's due to pure frustration that some places you will get absolute madness and other places you won't. Or you'd go back there to that spot and you'd go, do that voice again, and it won't do that again. In fact, nothing might happen. That drives me up the bleeding wall, that does, because I'm going, well, why then and not now? Why this and not that? Why poltergeist house, things flying out of rooms, but in the, I bet if I went to what's it called, East Drive or whatever it's bloody called, the most notorious building you have to book for, right? I bet you if I go there, that nothing in comparison to Poltergeist House would happen there. And then I go, well, why? The stories are up there. It's meant to be mental there. So that does my head in. Why there's no consistency to it. I believe some of it could be lost souls or lost of people, and I don't want to move, and they don't want to move on, possibly just visiting from another realm. What, souls in the sense of the dead, or souls in the sense of like a being living in another dimensional space? Because those are two different things. I spoke to somebody the other day on this matter, and his belief was that, well, he said that there is another realm which is close to our realm, and that every so often it's continuously trying to break through into ours, and there are what people might refer to as evil spirits or demons or things like that, of that nature, in that space, and they will continuously try to have an impact on us. And through within religion, it's been written down that they will try to make you think things, do things, oppression, attachment, etc., etc., etc. But again, that's all like non. It's all opinions. There's nothing that can be fundamentally proven. Haven't the energy at the time to do anything. I can relate to that. Here's what I think. I think we are not fate. Well, I didn't want to swear, and I did cover that earlier, Chris. I mentioned it. I mentioned that people out there that seem to just think that's one thing I'm not taking, right? I am not accepting that I'm being called a liar on any means or measure or anything whatsoever, right? My integrity is so important to me. Like, I'm to the point of pedanticness that I have to make sure the continuity of clips actually flow together, because if 1 minute Chris is holding a torch in this hand and then the next scene he's holding in that hand, to me that doesn't work, because that's not how it played out, right? That's how pedantic I am. So to say that I am fake as, you know, bleep there, I'm not going to swear, is an absolute pile of shite. You don't know me. You've never been with me. You've never come out and done anything. You have no evidence to support that, and any evidence to try and support that is all fabricated and made up. So stop chatting shit and flipper flappering slander comments out there. The people out there that come up with reasonable explanations or possible explanations, I've got more time for those people. But I ain't got time for anyone who's just going to slag me off and call me every name under the sun. I'm trying not to swear, Dan. I'm trying not to. Every name under the sun when I am putting all the effort to try and understand, research, investigate, and capture footage for people to view and allow them to make a decision on if they believe it to be a spirit or they believe it to possibly be a natural cause, or most of this can't be natural causes, but I always leave it up to everyone else, really. But the one thing I'm not going to accept is someone outright calling me a liar, because I'm going to have a problem with you as a person if you're going to do that. And we'll be having words face to face eventually. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, less of that. Let's move on. I know, I'm waiting for questions to come in. I don't know where I'm going with this now. Just sent me off on a rant. I don't think there's much more to really say on the matter. Like, people are always going to poo-poo. They are. And it's not my problem that their brains can't conceptualize and understand that things are like this do and can happen. And they cannot, they won't just allow their brains to go beyond this narrow mind. I've been there, okay? I've been there. Years ago I was a skeptic, but at least I went to places and to give people the benefit of the doubt to try and prove me wrong. And then I met Chris, and then yeah, I think it's quite clear to say that I was proven wrong to a certain extent, and there genuinely are weird things out there. Thank you, Dave, for congratulating on the new subscribers. I thought this was the group that the debunkers called. Oh, is that what you're saying? Because you here for that? Because if you're referring to somebody saying that they thought that I was faking, you're wrong. That individual is a liar and spins stories and narratives to get, you know, drama. Not all the time. But in my instance, yeah, he did. He lied. Made it all up. And I covered it all. And I made a video proving why he was wrong. Did he admit to it? No. He's wrong. I can prove it now. What do you want to see? What footage do you want? I've got it all. I've got all of the original footage. That's the one thing that, you know, I was never asked. Purple rang me and said, talked it through with me, and I said I can give you the I can give you the footage. And he was like, oh no, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. That was enough for him. He heard enough. But, you know, others out there, I don't even name names because that's not what I'm here to do. They just had it in for me. They had a problem with me. They still have a problem with me. They go out of their way to tell people that I am a liar and not to trust me and to avoid the channel like the plague and to not mention me at all, right? That's what they do. And it's annoying. What was I saying? Subscribers, yes, thank you for the that's taken a long time to push for it. I did a little bit of YouTube promotion. I'm not gonna lie, but I have done it correctly. I've not done any of this stuff where people go on like Fiverr and they buy. Don't ever do that, by the way, because that'll screw your channel. But YouTube have this function now, and it says, and anyone else who's watching this as a channel, they've got an area which says promotion. And if you press that, you can put in the countries, and then you put in how much you're willing to spend, and it will promote your video. And I've got a lot off the back of that. So thank you if any of those people are here watching it. The stone thing. What stone thing? What stone thing you on about? I'll get it up. Elaborate. Fucking, there's lots of stone things. Snuff Mills is full of stone things. They might be referring to... I don't know. I don't even know what that means. Yeah, not a clue. Very, very vague there. The rocks being thrown at you in the woods. No, that genuinely happens. We've got footage of it coming from an area where nobody is. It's in Bristol, okay? It's a place called Snuff Mills. It doesn't happen all the time. You have to be within a 4-hour period. We've been there for like, I'm going to tell you what now, right? I've got the original footage for this. And I'm going to show you the extent of what I've got, right? Just so you can get an idea of this stuff genuinely happens and how long you have to actually wait with absolutely nothing happening before these things happen, right? This is just one of the folders. So night 2, main camera, good camera, day camera, night 2, night 3, night 4, right? You go in here, that one's not got too much in it, right? This one's got some in it. More on that one. Here you go, look. C0023, 12 minutes in, stone. And that one's also got stones. So I've marked the ones where stones have happened. But, bag hit. They're all... it all genuinely happens. We went with Spiritual Awakening, okay? Another team called Spiritual Awakening. and he witnessed the stone for himself come out the side. Oh, did you watch some of that? You went on, and it's been caught on camera, as Kieran O'Keefe said it's staged. No, Kieran O'Keefe didn't say it was staged. That's incorrect. That's not what Kieran O'Keefe said. Kieran O'Keefe said that his answer was that basically it could be in our imagination, and that it's late at night, it's dark, and we could be imagining it, thinking that it is stones when actually it's something else. But then my point to that is, well, no, because I've caught it on camera. Like, did you not watch me watching the Unexplained Caught on Camera clip where I go through every single point? Because if not, you need to go watch that, otherwise you're chatting out your ass. if you ain't watched that, then you've got no leg to stand on. Just saying. I'm not gonna sit here wasting my time explaining something to you by going through these clips and saying, here's this, here's that, I've got the evidence of this, I've got the evidence of that, if you haven't taken the time out of your day to actually watch all the episodes, watch the deep dive episode, and watch the episode where I watch the Unexplained Caught on Camera and I go through it. Until you do that, go away, do that now, and then come back. If not, piss off. Next. Do you know what though? Honesty will always prevail over bollocks, right? People can say whatever they think, whatever they want, just because their brains can't handle it, and that's the only answer they've got. They can say whatever they like, make up all the bullshit you want about me, right? But I am being honest, and honesty will always triumph over nonsense. I've got it anyway. I've got the... I did have the clip somewhere, but I can't be bothered to find it. I'm not gonna go looking for the clip of Unexplained Caught on Camera. Not on every investigation. The last two, we got nothing. Last two, in my opinion. In fact, let me just go through this. No, the War Tunnel, we got something weird. The Ham Green Hospital on the last vignette was not that much at all. Barrow Woods was vaguely quiet, but we showed old clips of old stuff. Woodchester, we got something. But the last two places, which the episodes aren't out yet, Barrow, Gurney, and the Graveyard, we got nothing. So it's not every episode. Maybe if you sat and watched them all, you'd notice that. Ouija Brothers, I don't have a problem with them at all. Their footage is very well put together. I think to a certain extent that they might be trying to over-explain themselves, that they might actually have activity happen, but they will go to like extremes to try and explain how it's happening, because they've, you know, they're worried about the poo-pooers and debunkers out there. That's just a theory. I have no backing for that theory at all. And if it was true, it would be a big shame, because it would mean that people are trying to ponder themselves to a society of people which are just going to put down anything that could be possible. So then they feel the need to not have anything happen, just so they can have some sort of stature and I don't believe that at all. Is something that I'm not going to change the way I am or act the way I am or move footage to make it not be the thing that it actually is to try and suit other people's needs. What is, and what happens, happens. If we see nothing, you see nothing. It's as simple as that. We take the footage, we're there for anything between 2 to 4 to 8 hours. We condense it all down to around 30 minutes. We put it into a narrative. What happens, happens. And if nothing happens, nothing happens. Simple. I don't see how difficult that is, what it is, how hard that is to understand. Okay, well, ourselves and Bristol Paranormal Hunters are here on this, so I'm sure they can come in to answer this as well. The area is fenced off. It's got serious fencing around it, and the only way to get down into it is if you take a ladder and you put your ladder up. They brought a ladder. There was only one ladder there. There's no one else in those tunnels. We are the only ones in there. There's no other ladders in there. We walked considerably quite far. I'd say about just past quarter of the way through. And those sounds that you're hearing in the clips what I was playing earlier, if you were here for that when I was playing them, from the original footage, the sound is close to Chris, who is in the tunnel. And there's no one there with him. If it was open, like if it weren't fenced off and it weren't for the fact you needed a ladder to get in there, then yeah, there would always be that possibility that someone else is in there messing about. But I'm quite confident. I can't be 100%, but I'm 90% sure there was no one else in there. I would have had to have walked the full hour to the other end. Actually, that's a good point, Anne-Marie. The sound wouldn't, if it was any further down, the sound you wouldn't have heard it on that camera. It wouldn't have picked it up. And the sound is really loud by him. That's a very good point. I want to point out though, right, that I don't actually have any issues with rational reasoning. So that what you just said then, the critics calling out critics with facts, is a perfectly reasonable explanation as an onlooker, as a watcher, without knowing that, you know, everything that we had to go through to get into there. That is a respectful analogy of what it could be. And there's other debunkers out there, like Purple and Mr. Grey, who both enjoy what we put together. And Mr. Grey, I think, has had a look at one clip and said that it was the EMF moving on the thingy, and he said, oh, maybe there could have been a bit damp, bit of like wetness on it, on the bottom of it, that eventually gave and it moved. Again, reasonable explanation. I don't think it is that, but it's a reasonable explanation. And those are the sort of things I will accept, because people are actually trying to think about it and use their brains rather than just go, well, this is ridiculous and can't possibly be true and I can't possibly think anything outside of the box. That's just narrow, stupidly narrow to think that. Yeah, any other things to say? Sort of, the other thing that's frustrating and confusing, and right, so we obviously put things together and we do it in our own sort of way, and we're completely different to all the other investigators out there. And you know, I swear by just going into places, less is more. Take a basic stuff and then go in. Let's have it then, and then taunting. I swear by it that actually works. Clearly pareidolia. What is? I don't know which just described. I don't know what that means. So that, yeah, we believe that that is the way in which, if you investigate using that very simple method, then eventually you will get things happen. Go into places that are say got negative things in. We're going to the Ram soon, for example. There's said to be a demon there. I'm going to go in there and taunt it. I'm going to question it. I'm going to say, do your worst. I'm going to say, if you're here, let's have it then. And eventually, things seem to happen. I spent about 6 years going to events where you would all hold hands and be like, Spirit, please come into our circle. Light up our cat balls. Are you here with us? Use our energy in this circle as we pass it round from left arm to right arm. Everybody close your eyes and all that. Right, I did that for years with other groups, and I didn't get a sausage of things happening. This nicey light up me cat balls and play with me flipping spirit box stuff doesn't cut it for me. I only do what I do, and the way I do it is because I see it get results. I wouldn't do it otherwise. I'd get bored. I'd go, well, this isn't working. That ain't working. That's a load of shit. I'm very quick to go, that's a load of shit, and just cancel it out. Oh, if you subscribe, then that's dandy. Hey, subscribe, unsubscribe, doesn't matter, right? I would rather have no subscribers and know that I'm telling the truth and being honest to myself, and not change the way in which I believe works, because I just thought I'd be a one-man band then if it was just me trying to figure out and understand how this madness is working. That's not going to happen, because there's people out there, which I know, like some of you are watching it, it's hypothetical, right? Than to lie and go with the crowd and, you know, go and say things aren't happening when things are happening, just to fit a narrative to suit some stupid debunker bloody keyboard warrior that wouldn't say shit to my face, right? I can't be bothered to ponder to that, because that's not who I am, and I wouldn't be being honest to myself or to my followers. But the thing that is frustrating is that the growth is so difficult. Like, I sometimes see channels with less videos, been doing it not as long, and they are literally just in rooms with one camera, an app, this pile of shite, right? Like, I have to bloody reinstall it, right? This is what they do. I swear to you, I've seen videos with more comments, and they've got higher subscriber count, and their entire videos are this app. Is it working? I can't tell if it's working. This app, them, Come into our space, spirits. Please, would you do something? Now, don't get me wrong. Each to their own. If that's what you like doing and you believe in those apps, go at it, right? But what I don't understand is, how are people enjoying a 30-minute video of them stood there in a room chatting to that over concise, well put together? That really confuses me, like on another scale. And all I can think is that maybe not everyone's found us yet. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're being judged. Like some of the people here today that have popped into this live are clear evidence that there are people out there that judge us without getting to know us, without ever coming along with us, without ever actually watching everything to see what we're all about. I don't even believe in ghosts, right? I'm an open skeptic. I'm here trying to figure this stuff out and get an understanding of it, and sort of just like continuously go to places, try to get results, try to get pattern, try to understand, oh, if I do this, does that happen? If this EMF goes off, does it mean this? Or is it coincidence? Will that happen if that happens with that happening and that happening? And try and piece it together with a puzzle, only for that puzzle to all be broken apart and for me having to start again at the bloody bottom to figure it out. I don't think you can figure it out. I'm having to accept now that some things just happen and I don't understand how they happen, and that's that. And it doesn't flipping well help when I've got people calling me fake. It was like, what am I faking? I'm faking that I don't understand something? That it doesn't make sense. Yeah. If I was faking, I'd be going, ghosts are real, this is all real, spirits are next to you, demons are coming for you, ladder, 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 ladder. I wouldn't be putting all my time and effort in to try and to break down the things that I capture to try and understand them. I heard my phone ding then. But yeah, how is everyone anyway? How are people? Is there anyone here that's got any other questions? That want me to say anything or explain anything? You know, there's one thing me ranting about stuff. But what do you lot want to know? What do you lot want to hear from me? What do you lot want to see? Is there anything you want to see us try? Is there anything you want to see us, like any other types of videos, any other places, etc.? Chris is saying that the paranormal does exist. Yeah, well, you know where I am on that. It's like I said earlier, one side of my brain is going, this has got to be something in the supernatural paranormal realm. And then you've got, well, the other guy who's going, just because I don't understand it and it doesn't make any sense doesn't necessarily mean it's something otherworldly. It just means that scientifically we haven't found out what it is yet. And then I'm stuck in the middle. Are you planning to go back to Lee Woods Forest? Yes. We are definitely going back to Lee Woods at some point. Do you know what? The funny thing with Lee Woods is every time we go to the bloody crossroads, I always say, right, we're going to spend a long time here now. We're going to do this properly. We're going to give it some time, and we're never there more than an hour in that spot. Last time it took us ages to find, but then when we were there, it was like maybe an hour and a half at most. And then Chris got whacked in the back of the head, which, you know, in a forest, your first thought is, did something fall out of a tree? The second thought is there someone hiding that chucked something at him? And then the third thing is, well, hang on a minute. There's nothing on camera that comes towards his head. You hear the sound, but you don't see any projectile coming down or in on the camera. So that's just mental. But we will try and stay there again. Hi, Kaz. God, it's been a while since I've seen you. How have you been? What's the other question? Experiment with rituals. Ooh. What sort of rituals? Well, like demonic stuff. What do you mean? There's some stuff that I'm even scared to go into. I live right opposite Leeward's Forest, and there is something about that place. It is very, very weird. I'm not gonna lie. Deleted. Okay. Dan, what did he say? Dan's a mod. Now I want to know. Dan messaged me, DM me what was said then. Yeah, Bristol Paranormal Legends. They get so many good locations as well, so many little gems. It's just like, I feel bad though. I do, because they find somewhere, and then I'm going to Chris, we better go there, and then like the following week we're there, and it's like, it's their find. And then I'm just bunny hopping off their location, so I do feel bad. Table was too heavy, I think. The RAM? You watched the deep dive to the RAM table thing. I'm still going with the fact that the table's dodgy. It's one of those tables that fold. And the it is correct that Chris is moving at the other end, so I can see why people, if you're watching it, are saying, well, hang on a minute, his leg or his knee is moving. But this movement, I don't know where you can see me like that, is not enough to lift up an oak table, make it do that and fall back down again. However, because the table is one that folds and the units, it's like a cross unit like that, I just come up like with a thing that if his foot knocked into that, it involuntarily, didn't realise, and he knocked that, and then it slipped, the table slipped, the whole mechanism could make it go a bit funny. And the only reason I think that is because earlier on, the table nearly collapsed, and it's because it was due to it being knocked, and then it created the same movement. And I just looked at both and went, well, hang on a minute, it could be that. Just watch the deep dive. I go into it a bit more on that. But to physically move it yourself without the table being broke, it's bollocks. Bollocks. And if that was the case, when the individual that made the statement recently went to the RAM, he would have made a song and dance about it, and he would have gone, yeah, I've proven this table can be lifted easily with your feet, and he would have done it right there and then. Did he do it? No. Why? Because he's wrong. What question, Dan? Any strange things on the buses? Dan's going to talk about strange things on the buses, but they won't be paranormal. It'd be more like crackheads. Yeah. I'm just in a 35, like, we've had 35 views on this, quite a lot of people. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The paranormal realms and things, it's just a strange place. And I don't think some people realise how long I've been at this for. I've been exploring the claims of paranormal now for about 23... Wait on a minute. No, that's too long. Let me think. I'm really shit at maths. Give me a second. Let me get a calculator. So, that's 10. About 16 years? Yeah, something like that. It's somewhere between 12 and 16 years-ish. I started when I was around like 18, 19, 20. And now I'm early 30s. I'm not going to say the exact age. That's all you're getting. That, you know what, that's more than most. I normally don't say at all. But I've been doing it a while. And the most part of it was me paying to go to places to tell them that it was pipes creaking. The wind. That was what I did. I would just poo-poo everything and go, oh, it's this, oh, it's that. There was videos where I would take the mick and I'd be like, oh, you know, I'd pretend to be bloody Derek Akora and I'd be like, Sam, I'm getting a name. Oh, Mary Love Stick. Right, I'd take the piss. So to then come forward and then have things happen, surely I have more credibility because I don't fully believe. Half the time I see shit, it could happen in front of my fucking eyes and I'm still going, I don't know if I believe that. It's just who I am. I have to watch it back and go, right, let me, like in this tunnel episode, we had that noise in the tunnel and it was like, ooh, and I shit myself and I ran off and I was like, everyone was like, oh my God. And then they were like, oh, so how do you feel, Mark? And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to watch the footage back. Because I had that doubt in my mind. And in that instance, I was correct to have the doubt in my mind because it turned out that, you know, the sound was someone else making the noise, describing a sound that they heard. And then it was like miscommunication between us. And I was like, oh, fair enough. Mistake there. It wasn't a noise, and I explained why it wasn't a noise. But that's just what I'm like on all of them. Like anyone else in the teams, we got Dan if he's still here, and Chris is also here. And I'm pretty damn sure Billy and Josh would say the same. And that is that I am one of the hardest people to bring around to the idea of anything potentially being paranormal. It sometimes convincing me of something is like getting blood from stone. So then for somebody to come turn round and say that I'm fake, like, what the hell? Admittedly, sometimes when I'm in places and shit really hits the fan, I shit myself. I'm like, but I've seen too many horror movies. And fear gets the better of me. And paranoia gets the better of me. So, and it frustrates Chris no end. Because one minute I'll be there going, I don't know what this was. I can't stand this. I can't take this. This is actually mental. I can't. This shit's real. I need to rethink and reevaluate my entire life. There are actually demons living under my bed. Like, what's going on? Blah 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 blah. And I don't sleep that night very well at all. I wake up the next day, calm down, review the footage, and then I'm going to Chris. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, it could have been this actually. It might. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of echoes in the tunnel. It could be the water dripping on pipes and stuff. And yeah, this. It's like two different people. Yeah, Chris, if he's still here, he'd be the amount of times we are literally like, he's there going, no, Mark, remember what you. And it's like, I'm battling myself in my own head, and I don't need asswipes out there also giving me shit and saying I'm lying. Idiots. Table was odd. Yeah. Let me have a look. Let me go back on these comments. Right. Back to the subject, the original subject at hand. Footage that does my head in. This is the original clip from Snuff Mills, where we went with two people that say that they're mediums. So I thought, because I knew them from years ago, I sort of like trusted them and I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt on what they do. Yeah, I don't fully believe in every single thing that because, you know, there's a lot of mediums out there that clearly are using cold reading and stuff like that. But these two, they got something about them. And I thought, you know what? I'll let them come along with us. But anyway, it's nothing to do with their ability in this clip. It's the scene where, oh, if it works, that is. Let me just see if it works. Because I've been having trouble with the file. Something runs at us on the bridge. Oh. I can't remember where it is now, or if it's even in this file. I know where it is, because I bloody spin like a nutter. I swear I had the camera in my... Or maybe I didn't. Or was it before this? Oh, it might be the clip before this. Oh, it's the clip before this. Oh, I'm a sod. Oh, because I put the camera on the ground facing us. I remember now. Give me a second. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves. Do 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 do. Think about the pension scheme. Do 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 do. It's got to be number 3 then, or is it number 2, part 2? Actually, no, that's a lie. Number 3. I'm hoping I can find it. If not, it's in the episode. And it's like where the thing at Snuff Mills runs down the bridge. And I've taken people there with me. And they've witnessed it themselves. People that don't believe what I've said, I've gone, come with me then. And then they've gone there. And they've gone, yeah, I heard it. Or they've gone, yeah, I just seen that stone. No point in lying about it. You're doing the wrong job, to be fair. What would be the point but wasting your own time and looking like a prat? Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I wouldn't spend... And I've got evidence to suggest that I've spent 4 hours shouting at air, and like 2.5 hours of that is probably nothing happening. I've got all the footage and evidence to prove that. If I wanted to rig this, don't insult my intelligence, right? I've got a degree. Me and Chris have got skills in bloody film making, and I've got a degree in media practice and animation. I could probably whack something together in After Effects or Maya or Nuke or something like that, and have it done. Like, only spend like what, an hour and a half in a place, maybe an hour in a place, and then put it all together in some editing software. And we can make it make it look so bloody good people wouldn't have a clue anyway. But it's not, that's not the point. What, like, when things are actually happening, why would you do that? Like, it would take me less time to do that. But I don't, because I have integrity. And because I know that things can happen, then it's just about waiting long enough, doing it enough times, going to places over and over and over and over and over again. Like, people think that, like with Snuff Mills, for example, I've been there about 300 times now. I must have. It doesn't happen every single time, but when it does, oh, done it half. It goes off, and it'll happen like in a 20-minute period like that, and then nothing again for about an hour, 2 hours. That's just how it is. See if I can.
Yeah, well, we kind of knew that. So.
This is the OG clip. No, there it is. You hear it. Bum 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 bum. Oh, I wish I could make it louder though. Obviously, when I'm editing it, we can bring the volume up when we replay it. Do you hear that? Dun 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 dun. Do it again. Can I make it slower? Now, tools. Where is it? Playback. Speed. Slower. Just right behind me. You hear the like the scuffle. I don't know why that is for everyone else. If you've got headphones on, you should have been able to hear it. In the one that we've got on the episode, and that's the only thing that we do is obviously noise suppression, volume leveling. So it's not like out of the box. Otherwise, that's out of the box, and you can still hear the. But when you noise reduce, you bring the levels up, you equalize it. You can pull the sound out to make it more concise and clear for people. But that's not faking something. That's just fixing the audio, you know, and also bringing the footage down from the full 4 to 8 hours down to 30 minutes isn't faking something. It's just like Billy said, you're pretty much getting the best bits instead of the hours on end of just sat about doing piss all, because that's sometimes the case. Like, I'm sure if I just opened up one of these now randomly, like this one, come on, open sesame. It's being a pain in the arse. There we go.
He's on it, but he had
so this clip's 11 minutes long. All right, and it's. We're just sat about.
How many batteries have I got left?
All right.
2. Okay.
Is this what people want? They want to just watch this? They want to watch us sat about chatting and...
Like a middle thing?
Yeah.
Is that what people want? Do you know what I mean?
So people live in that White House, eh?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so we can't even afford to do it by the mill.
Let's skip forward a little bit. I'm sure at some point we're...
What drew you to this spot? Did you just see it and then come over to it?
Well, yeah, so I mean, it's a weird kind of area. Anyway,
Shan's found evidence of the old mill that used to be here.
Yeah. There's all stone and that under there, so that's got to be something, or was something.
Yeah, so there used to be an old building. Yeah. We haven't said nothing. So
I want to point out on that though that she's gone all. I think she effectively says there used to be a building here or something. The only people that know that specific spot right there is where the mill was are locals, because it's on the it's on a placard as you walk through. It says where the area used to be. It doesn't say the exact spot though. Well, me and Chris had to do digging to find out where the exact spot was from just I think there was a museum or something nearby. and then I got the information through that. But there's no way someone all the way from Wales would have known that. That I found unusual. Let's have a look at the comments. I agree. 7 and it's 20 minutes old. I'm sure it is. I'd rather just put it all out of low, but no one will watch it. We should just put, like, it depends on the episode. If there's stuff that's like seriously mental happening, before like editing it all down, just like plump, like make a one big ass file for like Patreon or something. I ain't giving it to people for nothing. Like, these people that are giving me a ball ache in my ear, if they want it, they can fucking well pay for it. Bleep! I need a bleep. Bleep me. Someone get the bleep machine out. They made me swear. Anyway, anything else? Any other questions? Anything else you want me to look through, go back on, talk about, go over? Anything you maybe think that we need to go into and do a deep dive on? Oh, talking of that, you know what's funny, right? What's funny is that the video that was really, so say, debunked, which it wasn't, and looked into and that everybody went mental about and were going, oh, this can't possibly be real, is the EMF on the first episode of the Clock Tower part 1 and 2, where we took skeptics with us. They didn't even get to part 2. Part 2, something even more mental happens. That wasn't even brought up. I know the close how much don't put into it. Not only that, it's also dangerous sometimes with building tunnels. I just want to send love and keep you guys going. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. It does, and yeah, you know full well, like, but I say it, don't I? I literally say it in the episode that some of the places are really dangerous. You know, there was a time where I was scared and I ran and I tripped and I fell and I went across the floor and I scraped all down my side, all across there, right? Because I thought something genuinely scared me. Now, if this was being put on, why, like you saying to me that I'm intentionally throwing myself on the floor, and in that same place, Chris bloody fell into a hole and nearly got impaled by something. It's just ridiculous. Your subscribers know you're not fake. It's a certain debunker that takes a dislike to certain paranormal investigators. He's picking on Ghost Theory too, who aren't fake. Keep going, guys. Yeah, and the problem with the individual is it doesn't matter what opinion he has. Everyone's entitled to an opinion, right? I'm never going to take that away from somebody. You can think what you like. What I have a problem with is when that opinion becomes a statement of fact that other people then follow, that then believe in, which then could affect the personal growth of the channel. It could. I'm not saying it will. I'm just saying it could. And then you get people coming along giving me, like, believing everything he's saying and giving me a load of shit and a load of grief, which I just won't stand for when I know that I've not done anything wrong. In regards to, you know, lying, I just haven't. And anything that I feel could be affecting the growth and possibly the reason why other people out there won't, I'm going to put it out, I'm going to say it as it is, right? Okay. So I went on to Purple's live the other day and I made a comment because I got paranoid thinking that Purple will get judged for liking us. So I wanted to see if that was true. The reason I think that is he has personally said to us that he enjoys our stuff and he doesn't understand why we're not popular yet. And he likes what we do. But not once have I seen a video where he has stated this. Like, he hasn't Gone and Alive and Gone give Haunted the Truth a like. And the reason for this, I believe, is because of the stigma caused by one of his friends. Right? That's what I believe. It's not fact. I can't prove that. It's just something that I personally think could be happening. And I think that that's wrong. So I had to put the question to him. And that's what it all stems from. Is that someone's controlling the narrative so much that other people are too worried to say anything. And Bristol Paranormal, I'm so glad that you've come out with us and you've spent time with us and you've actually been with us and you don't care what these other people think, because you will get the stigma just for liking us, because this person hates me with a passion. And I tell you what, anything else, any other video that goes out, watch what happens. That's all I'm going to say. Watch what'll happen. Because I'm not going to do anything, right? I've said my bits in the past, and everything that I said on there, to-ing and fro-ing, I meant it when I said I'm not going to say anything else. You do you, I'll do me, right? But I can't help but notice certain things, and I can't help but bring them up and make a statement about them. I am entitled to my opinion as much as they are. And I don't see why I should be scared or worried to stand up for myself and my integrity and my honesty. Right, let's read the comments. Talking of locations, because I see a few people saying they come along, we are thinking about running an event at the clock tower. Okay. And it won't be a limited thing. This will be, well, however many people they actually allow us to have there, basically. It would be ran as a proper event. There probably is a certain degree where it's like you don't want to have too many, because too many cooks spoil the broth, as it were. But Patreons obviously get first come, first serve on that side of things. And obviously we'll get discounted costs on it. I would say free, but I've actually run out of money to be able to cover it for free, because we spent it all on insurance and going to the RAM. That's not saying that I'm expecting people to suddenly now start sending me loads and loads of cash. Like, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that when we do the event, I might not be able to give it to free to the Patreons. It might just be a reduced cost, just so I can build it back up again. Anyone else? It's also, you're all, it'd be great if people come, old faces and new faces. So like Bristol Paranormal, if you lot came, then obviously Kaz, if you wanted to come, you haven't come for a long time. And obviously Anne-Marie and Dave. And yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good. Yeah, we did actually try speaking to Ghost Theory, and they ignored us. But the thing is, some people are too big for their boots. And even though we've got common ground, they're not going to want to talk to somebody who they think is lesser than them. Because that's how the world is, right? Nobody helps the little guy. Nobody wants to talk to the little guy or get involved with the little guy, even if the little guy is talking about the same thing as them. At the end of the day, if you're genuine, right? If you're genuine, a genuine investigator, no matter how big you are or how small you are, we've all got the same bloody goal. How are we meant to figure out what these things are if people are too stuck up and egotistic about and pretentious about things. Work together, talk to each other. Like, doesn't matter if you're got 10 subs or if you've got 2 million subs. If you're all on the same level and you're all trying to do the same thing and all trying to work out the same thing with the same beliefs, then why does it matter how big you are and how small you are? Could you imagine? It'd be like, I'd collapse if someone like Jack Osborne contacted us and was like, watched your stuff, think we should join up. It's just not how the world works, and it's not just in the paranormal world, it's in everything. It's how everything works in every spectrum of life, and I hate it. Go watch, there's a movie, it's called The Platform. I'd recommend it because it's a massive metaphor on what I'm talking about. Prove me wrong. If anyone here is watching, prove me wrong, and reach out to me. hauntedthetruth@gmail.com. Reach out to me. Teams of fakers. It makes the rest of us look bad, unfortunately. It does, yeah. Because people don't want to believe that anything's possible, because so many people can rig things. Because it can be done. Because of Really Haunted and because of Smug Puppy. Because of where are they called? Was it them? The two twins? Yeah. Because people were doing that, no one believes anyone else then. Because everything can be photoshopped and edited these days. Do you know what? I've been thinking about using this during investigations. This is a high 8 camera, right? This is analog. You try telling me that something's been doctored or changed on an analog camera if I capture it. You won't be able to, because it'd be physically, you know what I mean? It's analog. I thought I'd send the tape. Yeah, because I somehow managed to make it happen on the tape, yes. Yeah, I've been thinking about using it. Plus, it makes it look a hell of a lot creepier, but it doesn't. The batteries are so bad on it now, that's the only problem. It doesn't last that long, so I'd have to know exactly when something's going to happen, because I couldn't make it last the whole night. Which won't happen, because that's not how it works. It doesn't play ball half the time. You go do something, and it decides to do it about an hour later. Yeah, there is a lot. That's another confusing thing, though. I think this is just a general thing of YouTube in general, like just how it works. What does anybody know YouTube quite well and can like maybe say this to me? How is it we've got 2.61 subscribers, but when I'm looking at videos, we're getting like between 200 to maybe at a push 500 views a video, and then obviously I'm like, well, where is all the other people to? Where are they gone? It just seems weird, but I know, like, I have heard that there is a sort of percentage thing, but it's just odd. I'm gonna put out anyone who's watching this now, if you're subscribed already, that's 2,000 of you, right? I haven't reached my margin yet to be able to be gifted. I'm about 1,000 off being monetized as well. I'm not a monetized. I don't earn from this through YouTube at all. But if all 2,000 people watched an hour video or one episode, I'd meet the criteria. That's what does my head in, is seeing how many people are subscribed and then going, well, if every single one of these actually just watched one video, I would hit my criteria for... Yeah, it's annoying. It's annoying. Perhaps they're not pressing the bell. It's a good point. Maybe not. Dave, you can clock to if I'm allowed, yes. Oh no. You spliced it. Spliced it? What did I splice? Yeah. Oh, do you know what? It is ridiculous the amount that you need to reach to get to it. But again, back to the being confused. I've seen channels with less subscribers, but they've met their mark on the how many views you need, but then they also have less videos. So I'm there going, well, let's have a look at these videos then. You know, the videos are about an hour long, and it consists of this. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Not this. It doesn't consist of that. I was just looking for something. Ah, screw it, I can't find it. We'll just do it anyway. Imagine I've got this is a spirit box. Hello, spirits. My name's Jane. If you could please come and do something for us. Use the energy of my crystal. Hello. Oh, it said hello. Hello. Right. It is that. For an hour. I'm sorry. Right. That was in no relation to any person specifically. That was merely a parody and a hot, like, just me sort of having a laugh for anyone who thinks, oh my god, that's related to me. How dare he say that? That's so offensive, right? I'm joking. But that's more or less what I mean, right? And it does my head in. It confuses me. I'm like, how are you? Whoa. The only thing is, right, I'll tell you what it is because Jane, who's on the camera, has got the fattest baps going. That's what it is. And call me out on that and say that it isn't that. Because that's got to be what it is. If you're good looking, well, if you're good looking and you're male or female, you're pretty much in, aren't you? That's what it's about. Popularity is based off of how well you look. Not all the time, but most of the time. See, that's stupid as well. You didn't get notified about this being live. Some people will probably get the notification tomorrow morning when I've turned it off. Wait, what? I've commented on all videos and liked them. When I rewatch, they're not there. Oh, I'm going to say one thing. If you're a Patreon and you're getting early access, don't comment. Don't do anything on the video, okay? Because sometimes when then I make the video live, it and Monomator's had this issue in the past. For some reason, it's removed the comments, and I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. Someone's going to clip that one bit, aren't they, of me going, hello, hello, in my room. I know they are. I sometimes I do things and I think, shit, I'm live. Oh shit, someone's going to take that section and put it out of context and make me look like something that... Oh. That's it, I'm dressing up as a woman with big bazookas. Don't make me get my wig out. Don't make me go all Janet on you. Who wants to see Janet? If I get enough yeses, I'll go get Janet. This is completely off the scale now. This is more... This is beyond Haunted the Truth. This is me as a person. Just like the... Like... Well, no, I don't... I say me as a person. I don't dress up like Janet on the weekends or anything. I'm just me as a person in the sense of, like, mental. Crazy. A bit out there. Oh, getting some yeses. Hang on. Janet, they want to see you. Maybe I don't want to be seen. Janet, they want to see what you're doing. I can't find your eyes though, Janet. Well, how am I supposed to see if you can't find my eyes? I don't know, Janet, but I can't find them, so we're going to have to go without them. I can find Richard's eyes, but I can't find your eyes. And I ain't got time to look for them. Well, okay, then I suppose it'll have to do. Hello there! It's me, Janet, and I'm here to do some investigations. I'm here in this very haunted house. There's some strange things going on. I've been hearing that the spirit of Jacob likes to tug on people in their sleep. Don't be dirty. I know some of you made that dirty then, didn't you? Anyway, Jacob, if you could please come forward, make yourself known, give us a sign, give us anything you possibly can. Give us something of your presence. I just seen a very small light over there. It flickered in the corner. I think that's a sign that Jacob may be here. Anyway, guys, I'm quite scared, so I will go now. But please make sure you subscribe to Janet's Haunted Happenings. See you later. Oh dear, what was that? Okay, I'm back. I had a moment. Yeah, I can ad-lib really well. If you had told me to script that, I wouldn't have been able to get out in one go. I just have to ad-lib. I hope you enjoyed that. The thing is, I could, because this has got a delay on it, I could see myself back and I'm watching it back. Oh, it's just funny. Right. I wanted to do homages and parody other channels and other, maybe even parody debunkers, by dressing up and just like complete like mockumentary style type things, but I didn't know how it would play off, and I just know some people would get angry. They get angry at the simplest things. They get angry when you take somebody doing an impression of the Grinch going fake, 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 fake. No, hate, 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 loathe entirely. And they think it's all about them because they think that they are the centre of the universe, right? They get angry at that. So I do wonder if I start parodying people out there, how annoyed they will get. When clearly I'm just I ain't got a bad bone in me. But do you think it'd be good to just have like a side thing on the channel, and so it's not just all really serious investigations, that I bring a little bit of Mad Mark into it and do some like parodies and stuff? So I don't want to. The thing is, I don't want to take away from the seriousness of the content that we capture, and then make up, like, have people thinking that it's just a mockery. So that's the line that I'm worried about. And if that's not a problem, then I'd do it if people wanted to see it. Don't bother me at all. It takes me less time to put on a wig and do some silly voices than it does to sit in a building for 4 hours. Do a separate channel then. There is one, it's called The Mad Mark. And it hadn't been used for a very long time. Yeah, it's been a while. Do a classic pass. Fuck, this is Haunted the Truth, not magic. Anyway, I don't really know what else to really say. I mean, if people are... How long has this been going on for? Oh, it's only 29 minutes. I mean, could go on a little bit longer. Has it been 29 minutes? No, it hasn't. It's been longer than that. No, that's that. 2 hours? Bloody hell, we've been going on all night. Well, everybody's still watching. I don't mind just staying here and chatting to you guys. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. If you want to... If anyone needs to go, or they feel they've had enough, then they can. Would be good, but accept a lot of pushback. Are you able to cope with it? Yes, it could take away from your serious work. Maybe Patreon content. I like it. That's brilliant idea. That's brilliant. So if you want to see that side of me, go onto the Patreon. Love it. Me and Chris have been discussing as well, wanting to give the patrons some more stuff, and wondering, like, because sometimes we film in locations and then we just put everything in the bloody episode, and anything else is just boring. So I'm like, well, I can't give that to the patrons because it's just boring. But now you've given me an idea. That's definitely a must-have. This is clove oil, by the way, if you wonder what I'm doing. I got a bit of a toothache. Of your funniest bits. Yeah. Do you know there's stuff out there where... I don't think I've got any at the moment because I end up deleting it. But... Chris will tell you, right, that I hate with a passion. That's also true. Cosmic Twilight. It is true. It's impossible to make everybody happy. What was I saying? That I don't like going over things where I have to say a lot of stuff to camera. So when I put up this black background and then I have to go over certain subject, like let's say something's happened and then it has to cut to me in my room and I have to talk about it, and then he's like, all right, say this, say that, make sure you say this and say that, and I have about 20 outtakes of me going, it's like, so guys, this seems very, very strange. We are in the... It's just me like that, like messing my words up and stuff. And getting angry because I've done it like 18 times, and I'm there going, I get so angry just because I can't remember what I need to say. That's most of the time then. Funny side of him then. Even funny shorts would work. Yeah. I mean, Josh is the comedy, like, he's the funniest person. He's the funniest person I know in my life. Like, he's just so funny. And he doesn't even think, he doesn't realise it. He doesn't realise how funny he is. And he needs to get back in to do some more episodes. He's going to be joining us for the RAM. He's had a few difficulties recently to do with his house. I think it's his house, something to do with his internet as well. His internet had some problems, and then he was being like, just like completely bogged down with work because people in his work, loads of people left. So it was like him and the manager holding the bloody store up. So he's had a lot to go through. So that's why Josh hasn't been about for a while. Because when his ADHD goes through the roof, he sort of just recluses off and just needs like a minute to rebuild his brain. That some of these shorts already, yeah. I think you're really funny. I suppose some of, like, if it's like longer sketchy stuff, it may be Patreon, and then if it's like quick nip in the bud stuff, I could put down as shorts. Yeah, I could do that. I think Dan, I might have it actually. The episode hasn't gone out yet, but Dan filmed me in the graveyard, and I was dancing around in the cemetery. I was like going on this in the cemetery, like I was going spirits, 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 like that in the cemetery, or something like that. I don't know where the footage is because I haven't looked through it all yet, but I'm definitely on camera doing something funny like that. Yeah. Anything else? Or are we ready to call it a night? I don't mind. I can be here all night, but yeah. What are we saying? Video of you in the loft, Poltergeist house, had me crying every time. What, sat there in a bloody crash helmet? The shorts don't count to the normal video views to get them monetized. They're separate. Let me show you. And I'll let you into my backstage now. Right. Okay. So this is eligible. I can't say it. Right. So obviously I reached the subscribers, and this is just so like people could gift. So like you could send gifts and stuff through the live. That is the shorts. So the shorts is separate. I have to get 3 million shorts to get gifts. I only have to get, what was it, 2570 up, about what, 500 more before gifts. And then this is eligibility for being monetized, and that is 4,000, and then 10 million if it was shorts. So shorts do not count towards it. Well, they do, but what's the chances of that before that? That one's more likely to happen before that one. The shorts count to get monetized. Oh yeah. Do you know what? I was like, trying to just stay calm, because the one thing I knew about that place, or anything for that matter, is well, it's a theory, hypothesis, or as Josh likes to say, hippopotamuses. It's oh, good night, Kaz. It uses fear. So the more scared you are, the more it will use the fear. So I was like, well, I'm not going to be scared then. So I was eating croissants, and I was chucking. It's not in the video, but there's in the live. It is. I'm eating bits of croissant, and I'm chucking croissant and going, "Do you want some croissant?" And there's bits where I've got a salt cellar, right? This one of these, and I'm going, and I put a ring of salt around me. I'm like, you can't get through my barrier of salt. Yeah. If you can get more people to the channel, that's great. Like, the more people subscribe and stuff. The more people subscribe, the more people watch. But don't waste your time re-watching videos that you've already watched, unless you want to watch them, of course. But don't just sit there and watch them for the sake of watching them to try and get the view count up from the same house with the same internet provider, because it doesn't count towards it. YouTube do it per IP. So like, if you went to your mate's house and then did it, it would count. But if you did the same video in your same house, I don't think it counts. I think it only counts it for the one. Otherwise, I'd be doing it. I'd be sat here just playing my video over and over and over again. Problem solved. But yeah, should we call it a night? Should we call it a night now? It's been like getting on for like 2.5 hours nearly. Probably go and grab something to eat and stuff. But I will thank everybody that's come here and everybody that's supported. Also, fair play to the people that actually had the bollocks to question certain things and put the questions to me. You can take my answers however you like. You can carry on being an absolute moron and believe in other morons, or you can listen to what I'm telling you. That's entirely up to you. Everyone else, thanks for watching all the way through. It's been fun. Until next time, coming up, so we've got a video at Barrow Gurney, the house. It's going to be going out next Sunday. Then at some point, the graveyard in Kinchin that me and Dan went to will be going out. And then obviously we're all going back, the whole team, to the Ram. We're not taking any guests with us on this particular occasion. I mean, it's just so expensive. For what? Well, one, it's so expensive, and two, we just wanted to experience it like with just the team this time. We may be joined with Jess though, who is the person that's filming us for the documentaries. So if you've not heard about this, Jess is somebody that's going to be filming us over the course of a year, and potentially she's doing a documentary on us, who we are, what we do, how we got into it, and our investigations, which will be going out on a platform. Hopefully she's looking to get it on potentially the BBC Channel 4 or a streaming service, so look out for that. Anyway, thank you so much. Thank you for all your kind words. Until next time, keep with it, and yeah, good night. Where is the off button?